I know I'm well overdue for a video, but I'm finally through with finals. I had my last one finished this morning at a 3,000 and like 50 something word essay that I had to turn in. Finally did that. We're finally done with the fall semester and we're moving forward finally. So now I get a break for once and I get to actually be home for a while and work on my trucks. So I have the two trucks here, I have the F250 and the C10, and these are going to be the center projects for my little, I guess, Christmas break that I have in between semesters. So I have to start off with the C10 before I start blowing into the F250 for obvious reasons that this one, if I'm working on this, I can't work on this, and if I'm trying to sell one of these, I want it to be up for sale while I'm working on the other one. So I'm going to move the C10, or I'm going to move the F250 forward and out of the way so I can pull this one forward. I've had a couple issues with this truck's trans pan leaking a lot of fluid, so I actually went and dropped the pan and resealed the pan, put the pan back on, new gasket for the trans pan and a new drain plug. So I'm going to go ahead and insert those clips real quick. Alright, so my C10's finally hitting the dirt today. I have one issue that I need to fix before we hit the dirt, and that is my transmission pan leaking all of my transmission fluid out. If you guys watched the recent video where I drove it around the block and I noticed that all my transmission fluid was like pretty much gone and leaking out, and I started to run really low on trans fluid. It's because the gasket around my trans pan is pretty much destroyed, and so it just drips and leaks all around. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that today. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you can see on the pan, it pretty much drips all around the entire thing, and then you can pretty much see the puddle right there and up there where the fluid's been leaking out. So we're going to go ahead and drop the pan and fix that gasket. And then so today I'm going to be going ahead and just finishing up a couple miscellaneous things. You can see the paint looks absolutely horrid. This is just spray paint. So I'm actually just going to slightly sand it and just go over with a black. I'm going to see if I can figure out what color my friend used when he painted this, so I can kind of try to match it, but it'll look better regardless. So I'm just going to go over the whole hood and fix all these spots, and it'll look a lot better, I hope. And then we'll wash the whole truck and clean up the interior, if I can even get the door open. So the interior is like super filthy. I've been debating on putting the wheel on. I have a different steering wheel. This is the factory wheel. It's a 15-incher. Or actually, no, this is like an 18-incher. I have a 13-inch racing wheel. It's a Grant wheel with a billet housing and everything that I thought I'd put on because I'm tall, and so getting in this thing, my knees always hit. It's really annoying because I would have to raise the column up. I'd have to raise it up just to get in the thing or lower it. So I thought I'd put a different wheel in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and it's a $100 wheel, so I'm not gonna go through the hassle of returning it. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the truck. I think it would look better anyways. And then I wanna go ahead and re-weld some of these seat brackets. As you can see there, this one's okay. I wanna still go around this one, but the ones on the opposite side, the whole seat moves. It's not good. So someone was fat and broke that one, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. Make sure that seats will actually keep you in. We're gonna probably not power wash the interior, but I do want to clean everything. I'm also gonna sand and repaint the dash because the dash, whoever painted it, looks terrible. The new lenses on the taillight housing, and then put this housing back on and put a new bulb in it because I'm pretty sure I forgot to buy a bulb, so I gotta get a bulb. And then after that, we're pretty much good, and I can go ahead and wash it and clean it, take some pictures of it, and get this thing up. And I also I've got new fasteners for this, so hopefully I can fix this ridiculousness and make it actually look a little bit better. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move the F250 out of the way so we can get this project going. Alright, so I've been thinking that this trans has been leaking continuously for different reasons. And looking at the drain plug, it was continuously dripping out of the drain plug a little bit, but normally it was just like, who cares, we can just tighten it a little bit more. But these drain plugs usually have some sort of washer or O-ring that seals around them, whether it be copper, metal, nylon, rubber, or even just like a plastic. This one is like a nylon or a plastic material. You can see on the back the imprint that was left from the bolt that went in the back. This is the side that went up into the pan. You can see it's kind of got a bulge up top, so it's been seated so many times that it stretched it out to where it allowed for gaps for liquid to kind of seep out, and so that's why this thing was leaking. So this is pretty much garbage. I'm gonna go get a new seal and then go ahead and put that thing on, and it shouldn't leak anymore. All right, the moment of the truth. I seated the drain plug back in with a new copper washer, went in and put a decent amount of trans fluid in it, and let's see if this actually paid off. Now, keep in mind I haven't started this thing in probably 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not gonna touch the pedal. Just gotta let it actually get some fuel in the carb. There you go. Unedited proof, it runs great. All right, let's go ahead and check this trans fluid. See if my drain plug's leaking. Nice. That's good. I see no fluid. All right, I'm gonna try to fix the fender now. I got these in yesterday. They're little like fasteners, fiberglass fasteners. I hope they're the right size so I can fix the ones that have been ripped out by people like Chris for ripping them out. So I'm gonna fix them all, I hope. All right, update. I just kind of like put one little fastener in and then wanted to get a little run in before it gets dark out. So we're actually in the C10. I got enough trans fluid in it to drive it around a little bit. We're gonna go actually pick some more up and then hopefully take it out for a little spin. It should be pretty fun.
Okay, take 2. All right, so we got another quart of trans fluid. We should be good to go. There should be about 4 quarts, give or take, and if not, whatever.
You guys are gonna not probably be able to see anything because GoPros don't do well in bad light, but we're just gonna try to make the most of it. This will be a 2-day video-ish, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes.
Pretty good.
Alright. Take it out, Sean, so you can actually kind of see.
No way they can hear you.
I know. Just hit dirt, dude. There we go. Oh, we're good.
You gotta stay in front because sometimes the headlights just turn off.
I don't like being drunk. Why?
You're fine.
It's the one exception. This thing is a piece of junk.
Go. Well, they just, woohoo. Yeah, being up front sucks.
So our rivet's on. The reason it's diagonal like this is actually a smaller fitting than probably the original one was. I thought they're all the same size, but this one's actually a little bit bigger than this one is. So I had to move it diagonally to get it to still fit. You can actually see kind of a hole right there, but this is the only way that this thing will actually fit and seat on, and I don't have time to go get a new fitting. So, but actually once this is all painted over it, you won't really notice it as much. So that's the only way that that'll fit, but it's literally, it is on there perfectly. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the taillight on the back, hopefully try to get them to work. If not, they'll have new covers and try to diagnose what the issue is. But as you can see, I'm missing one side, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that side on now. Alright, so we're going to go and finish off the last little bits in the interior. I have this Grant 13-inch racing style wheel. It's a cheaper wheel. It's only about $103, I think. I don't know. Maybe a little bit more than that. But it's a standard 13-inch Grant wheel. We have the billet adapter to go ahead and be able to use this kind of wheel. And door locks, so I can use a older style correct key. And they'll match the door locks. The key I have actually doesn't match the doors, so I can't lock the doors in this truck. So I wanted to change that stuff out, and then we got a Harbor Freight puller to be able to pull the steering wheel off, and you actually have to pull the steering wheel off to be able to change these ignition locks on these trucks. So it's all gonna go hand in hand. So we'll start by pulling the steering wheel off so we can get these locks in.
What are you doing? I'm gonna paint you and take that off. That's all.
So we got our two lock cylinders. This is the correct style, which is 70s. This is like an 80s style key. So they pretty much, once you take everything off, there's a pin that you can push in here, and the whole thing will pretty much just slide out. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it with this one and put everything back together. Get my billet housing on, which I got right here, which will adapt it from a 3-bolt to the 5-bolt that the Grant wheel uses, and then we'll have our wheel on. Everything should be good.
Craig, I'll start a channel as soon as you hit 20K.
What?
I'll start a channel when I hit 20K.
You heard it here. Get me to 20K. Get me to 20K. And one nasty 8A is gonna start a YouTube channel. Alright, I'm at like 18. That's fair. I think we can do that.
I don't know, probably like January, February.
Yes.
I'm ugly, but I don't want to see ugly people on YouTube.
It's okay, they can make fun of you.
It's alright, Casey and I stat vlogs, so everyone's ugly as hell.
There we go, everything works. Look at that. So easy.
Isn't he though?
Who?
Casey and I stat's butt ugly.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know who that is. What?
It's gonna look good, okay? Leave me alone. I can't sell pieces of crap because everyone's gonna be like, yeah, this truck by Craig is a piece of junk. So our steering wheel is in, a couple other things are done. The new ignition lock cylinder is in, which is good, so now I have a matching key. I have the correct style key. I am intentionally, here I'll give you a sneak peek to next video. I do not have my locks in. I'm gonna put those in after because as you can see, stuff is happening. I'm not going to say what's going on yet. You could probably get a hint of what's going on. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video now. I'm sorry this video was very, very long. This was about an hour worth of clips that I had to trim down to make this fit. So let me know what you think down below of the couple of miscellaneous upgrades I did do to this truck. The next upgrade to this truck is going to be awesome. A big change of plans happened. Me and Chris kind of talked about it, and we just had some really cool brainstorming going on. And it's going to be sweet. I'm already turning into it right now, but it's late, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it now. So like the video if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.